Hi Leo, welcome to your April 2024 energy reading. As always, if you are returning, thank you for your support and for being here. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell if you'd like to stay up to date on when I post new content here. Leo, I hope you're doing well as I am recording this. It is March 30th. So quickly approaching April 1st, which is the day that Mercury goes retrograde. So I'm doing my best to get my readings done as soon as possible. I don't know about you, Leo, but the full moon lunar eclipse in Libra on the 25th was really intense for me. This eclipse energy has been super intense. So I've been really drained and exhausted and just doing my best to make sure that I'm taking care of my energy, resting as much as I can. We have the new moon total solar eclipse in Aries coming up on April 8th. We will be moving into Taurus season on April 19th. And then we have the full moon in Scorpio on the 23rd. Mercury goes direct on the 25th, although then we have 2 weeks of the post shadow phase. So there's a lot of intense energies. So hope you're taking care of yourself, Leo. All right, let's get going. Thank you, angel spirits and guides. Please help me in pulling the most relevant messages for Leo at this time, Spirit. Thank you, angel spirits and guides. Okay, Leo. Let me pull one more card. Okay. So, Four of Coins for me is showing that you've been working to, you know, be appreciative of what you have and also wanting to expand and to multiply what you have based on what you're working with. So I feel like you've been trying your best to be really smart with your money, with your resources, with everything that you have, and you've been working to be creative about how you utilize the things that you have so that you can bring in more stability in your 3D reality. That could be, you know, money, career, relationships, home, anything in your 3D reality is coin or pentacle related. So I feel like you've been really focused on maintaining what you have, holding on to what you have, but really thinking about and working to bring in more abundance and more stability into your life. Now there may be some conflict you've been dealing with or will be dealing with this month, Leo. And, you know, each of you are going to be totally different. But it could very well have a lot to do with your stability. And, you know, could have to do with your career, could have to do with projects you're working on, your home life. But it looks like there may be, and, you know, like I said, we are moving into Mercury retrograde. We're in an eclipse portal. So this has been and continues to be very challenging energies. And all of the readings I've done have been pointing to some challenges, right? There may be some challenging conversations. And, you know, that's what Mercury retrograde does. It muddies the water. It can make communicating challenging. It can make people hearing what you're trying to say challenging, right? It could be a situation where, and again, right, it's going to be specific to you. This is a collective reading. If you're interested in a one-on-one, and click the link below. You can book a one-on-one with me on my website. But even if you have the best of intentions in your communicating, and, you know, if this is related to a job, maybe this is talking about the balance of the work you're doing, talking about a pay increase or shifting, you know, what you're working on. Perhaps you're looking for more balance. This could be, right, related to your home life, right? If you live with people, you have roommates, or you live with a partner, maybe there's some type of conversation about the balance of the work that's being done in the home, right? Chores, responsibilities, who's taking care of what. And what I would say is that those communications just may be very, very challenging because of this retrograde energy. And because regardless of whether it's at work or at home, you know, as much as you know somebody, you don't necessarily always know the inner workings of what's going on. And so what I would say is that even if you have the best intentions, just be aware that as much as you try to be respectful and kind, Leo, that sometimes, depending on the situation and the person you're dealing with, there may be no way to avoid triggers or miscommunication just given this particular energy and time with the transits and the planets. Like everyone's being triggered, even people that maybe they show themselves to be cool, calm, and collected. Internally, there could be something completely else, something else going on completely. And you just wanting to talk about like, okay, well, who's going to be responsible for doing the dishes, you know, or, you know, at work, you know, like talking about wanting to take some time off and wanting to move around your responsibilities. People may be triggered by that just because they're triggered by change right now, because these energies are super, super intense. They're very, very triggering. They can make us feel ungrounded and unsure. And, you know, just because people are dealing with their own internal stuff, what I would say is like, yes, do your best to be clear in your communication, be clear with yourself about your intentions, but be prepared for the unexpected. You know, be prepared that you might approach somebody from a really positive place, have good intentions, and they may take you the wrong way. Nine of Swords. And I think that these times of challenging communication, like whatever conflict may be triggered by the conversation, and you have good, I believe you have good intentions, Leo, it may cause you sleepless nights. It may cause you to overthink and to be like, did I say something wrong? Like, I don't understand. Like, I did my best to, you know, explain myself and tell them, you know, what my, sorry, I didn't realize this cord was hanging on here. Okay. You know, I was doing my best to be honest with them and to let them know that, you know, I needed some help on this project so I could take time off, or I've been feeling really overwhelmed with taking care of all of the household responsibilities, and I want to make sure that the responsibilities are divvied up evenly. And like, what did I say? Did I do something wrong? Like, I wasn't trying to cause a fight. Like, why do people always, you know, misinterpret me? Why do they always take me the wrong way? And, you know, you are the only one that knows your heart, Leo. So if you did your best to come from a place of good intent and you were just wanting to ask for help, asking for balance, trying to clarify certain things and to get on the same page, like just honor that and know that, you know, the way that other people react has to do with them more than it has to do with you. And if somebody's struggling and going through something that you don't even know about, like I was mentioning earlier, because we're all being triggered in one way or another, even if someone doesn't show it outwardly, just know that if somebody has like, if they lash out and their response is like, it's way over the top and it's not even like in line with the conversation you were having, right? Let's say again, right? You haven't taken time off in months at work and you're like, okay, I'm going to take a week off. So let's talk about who's going to cover for me. And you get backlash and it seems really like out of control, disrespectful, like uncalled for with regard to the type of conversation that you've been having. Recognize that and accept that you are likely dealing with somebody that is projecting their own internal stuff onto the situation. That doesn't mean it's going to be easy. It's just something to be aware of. 8 of Coins, I think, you know, Again, it looks to me like you have been and you're continuing to juggle quite a lot in various areas of your life, Leo. I think the work's going to continue. This is an 8-year, it's a Saturn year, it's all about work. And I think that you are really, it's like you want to take care of all of your responsibilities. And it feels like, you've been doing your best to help yourself by communicating what your needs are, whether it's in work or friendship, roommates, romantic partnership. And it feels like no matter how much you try to ask for assistance, that the work continues to fall on you. Honor that, Leo, right? We get to decide the meaning of what we're going through in our lives. And, I think if you have been attempting to find balance with regard to how much you are investing in situations at work, and you've been doing the work of, asking for help and communicating your needs, that's something to honor. Even if you're getting pushback, even if people are being triggered, even if people are trying to make you feel bad, like, I feel like the 8 of Coins is like a way for the universe to acknowledge you've been working really hard for a long time, and give yourself credit for that, and don't give up. Don't give up now. And I think it's honorable that you may be asking for help. And I'm sorry if you're dealing with conflict around communicating your needs, because that's not fair. I just think that, like, given the transits, communication in general is really, really difficult. 6 of Coins. Yeah, you're trying to come into balance in all areas of your life. And this is admirable work. Let people show you who they are. Definitely I don't know you, Leo, to be afraid of conflict at all. But I do know that you have a big heart. So it's like, as much as you can handle conflict behind closed doors, it does affect you. And again, your heart is something to honor. I can see that you have been working to come into balance, whether how you're spending your money, how you're investing your time, your energy, and resources. Continue to do that, right? You can't control other people, but you can allow their behaviors and their responses to reveal to you who they are and what they're capable of. If this is in fact work-related, Leo, this could just be an indication to you to really think about, especially during this Mercury retrograde period. And some astrologers will say, don't make any big decisions, don't start anything new during Mercury retrograde. And that's not bad advice. Depending on where you are in your life and your situation, right? It may not be good advice. Only you're going to know, right? Like, this is your life. You know it better than anybody else, and you have free will. You got to do what's best for you. But let's say that this is work related, right? And you're trying to take time off and you're getting pushback and you're being lashed out at for, taking time off that is, part of your benefits package and part of what should be done in any healthy company or job that you have. If you are facing backlash for doing what you need to do to take care of your mental, physical, emotional health, it's just something to note right now. Right? Maybe now is not the time for you to leave a job, but it may be time to consider leaving a job, right? It may be time to take a deep assessment of how hard you've been working and the fact that you're trying to find some work-life balance. And if they're not allowing you to find that balance in your life, it's something to really be honest with yourself about and to start considering, like, okay, if I'm not going to get the support that I need, if I'm not going to get the money that I need, if I'm not going to get the time off that I need, how am I going to move forward, right? It's a time during Mercury retrograde, to rethink, to reconsider, to reprocess, to reimagine what is possible, whether or not you actually make those moves, and maybe, like, if this is, you have roommates and you're trying to talk about, who is paying for what, and who is contributing to household chores, whatever. You know, is it time to consider moving to another place? If it's partnership, and you're talking about household responsibilities, and again, like finances, like how do you deal with that? Maybe, you know, after the conversation you have, it's more about getting the information of how that person reacts to you, being open about what you need, and the support you're seeking, so that you can start to really think about what that might mean in the future with regard to the choices that you're going to make. Ten of Wands, Knight of Swords. One more card, Spirit. Page of Cups. Yeah, it definitely looks like Ten of Wands, you know, I feel like you've been doing a lot of the work, whatever the situation is, work, roommates, romantic partnership, family, whatever it is for you, Leo. You've been doing so much for so long and carrying the burden by yourself and burning yourself out that, like, I think you definitely need to give yourself credit for even being open to asking for help, because maybe that's been like, this is part of your growth, right? You're so used to doing everything by yourself, and you've adopted this attitude that if I don't do it, no one's going to do it. And so it's like even a step of faith for you to say, hey, I need help. I need support. I can't keep doing this by myself. The thing about the Ten of Wands is that this is the end of a cycle. So just you opening up about the support you need, the balance that you're seeking, the help that you're asking for, it's starting to push you towards the end of a timeline where you've been burning yourself out at work, in relationships, and romantic partnerships, right? So the end is near for this. There may be still, you know, during the month of April where, like I said, people are not very open. It's more a time of you gathering that information so that you can figure out, Knight of Swords, and get some clarity about what are the actions you want to take moving forward. Right? Again, you may not start to actually take that action in the month of April, but I do feel like whatever these conversations are, they're going to help you gain clarity about what is possible and what you really want to do, and how you want to move forward when you know the time is right. Don't rush it. Page of Cups, this is like, for me, an indication to really honor your heart, Leo. To follow your heart, even in the smallest ways. If this is like, you need to take, you know, maybe they're giving you pushback on taking a week off, take a long weekend, right? Get out into nature, get out of your head, get into your heart, reconnect with the things that make you feel alive, that remind you of what makes you happy, because that, even those little moments of joy, Leo, of pouring into yourself, even if it's taking a Monday off or a Friday off so you can get a little bit of time, even if it's like taking a long weekend from your partner, or, you know, staying with a friend outside of the house with your roommates because they're being, you know, difficult to work with. Just like getting some time and space out of your head to reconnect with your heart, Leo, and what really makes you happy is going to help you through some of the slowness that may be occurring during Mercury retrograde that is just a part of the energies. That might be another part of the challenge, is that, like, you know, you are a fire sign, Leo. And you may be inclined to impulsivity. I would definitely advise against being impulsive. Do your best to be with what's happening, to observe and accept the way that people are responding to your communication and to your asking for support, help, and assistance. Like, let them show you who they are, what they're capable of, and then sit with that information before you make a decision. Don't, like, just quit a job if, you know, that's not financially responsible. But if you want to start looking at other jobs and start thinking about the idea of walking away from a company or a career path, or moving out of a home or what needs to be done in a romantic partnership to come into balance, this is a time to, you know, take what's being shown, what's being communicated, and sit with it so that you can get really clear on what you want and what you need. And in the process, make sure, right, you're getting out into nature, you're reconnecting with your heart, because I do think some of this energy is going to be really, really triggering. And so to help you gain some space so that you're not reactive, you're going to need to find the joy wherever you can. Find the joy wherever you can, because this is definitely challenging energy, Leo. Okay. Ooh, that was quick. Yeah. King of Wands in reverse. Again, I think confirmation of like, don't be rash. Don't be arrogant. Don't be fast to respond. Don't let your fire and your passion and your anger control you. You may need to hold it back a little bit during this transit. Don't let it get the best of you. It may be difficult for you because you just want to do what you want to do. But I think that there's still some things that are going to need to be revealed for you to be able to make the most logical and aligned choice for you, whatever this situation is, Leo. Ten of Pentacles. If you can be patient, if you can take your time, if you can resist the urge to be reactive and impulsive, ultimately you are going to start to work towards your 10 of Pentacles and to stability in all areas of your life. I feel like whatever challenging conversations and triggers that are happening this month, Leo, it's like a personal challenge of like harnessing the power of your fire without allowing it to control you or to put you in situations that are going to be unstable. It's like, stay the course, peep the energy, be aware of how people are responding to you or not. But ultimately, try your best, do your best to not be reactive and to not let your first impulse, rush you into decisions that are not going to be beneficial, because you do have an opportunity to work towards 10 of Pentacles, your ultimate stability. But understand that Pentacle energy, it does take the longest time to manifest in the 3D, right? Like, this is actual money, actual stability, but like there are a lot of other things that need to happen to get you here. And part of it is learning to sit with the discomfort when people don't respond the way that maybe you want them to or they should, right? Don't forget to leave me a comment below. Let me know how this is showing up for you, Leo. Okay, so Five of Pentacles in reverse and the Queen of Cups. I love to see the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So yes, I think at the beginning of the month, whatever these conversations, whatever this conflict is, it's going to be challenging. It's going to be triggering. It's going to make you feel sad, but that's only for a short period of time. I think the revelation of who is for you and who is supportive of you is going to help you to focus, Leo. Queen of Cups is my cup first. It's like, okay, these friends, this job, this partnership, they took me the wrong way. They lashed out at me. They think I'm being difficult when I'm really just trying to come into balance and do things in a fair way. So what am I going to do? I'm going to tend to myself. I'm going to tend to my heart. I'm going to do the things that make me feel good. I'm going to stay grounded. I'm not going to let my emotions get the better of me. I can tell that they want to get a reaction from me. I'm not going to do it, right? Take a spa day, take a long weekend, do whatever, go get whatever you need to do, Leo. Focus on yourself. I feel like whatever conversations you are having that are being misinterpreted, it's not coming from a selfish place. You are trying to find balance for all parties involved. And when people react to you and they take you the wrong way, it's going to hurt, but you're going to get over that feeling when you start to focus on you. Focus on the things that make you feel good. Focus on the things that remind you of the badass that you are, right? Take care of yourself, love yourself through the process, and remain grounded. Don't let other people and how they react to you and try to trigger you take you out of your grounded self, right? Don't let your emotions get the better of you. Nine of Cups, this is wish fulfillment. If you can remain grounded, if you can avoid being rash, being impulsive, being reactive, if you can continue to do the work even though you're tired, if you can focus on yourself, what makes you happy, where you're going, ultimately you are going to find everything that you need. You are going to fulfill all of your wishes, right? It's just about working through the challenges and the triggers this month, Leo. And if you can stay grounded and do your best to not be impulsive and reactive, right? To not let people take you out of your, what's the word? Your confidence, right? Because there's a level of confidence that's required to not be reactive, right? Like knowing that you're coming from a good place and asking for help and asking for support and asking for more money, whatever this is, asking for time off. Fine, I'll keep doing the work, but I'm going to keep peeping the game and I'm going to figure out what's best for me, right? That like the clarity that you're going to find in pouring into yourself is ultimately going to serve you in the best way possible, and you're going to get everything that you want. Maybe not this month, Leo, but ultimately in the long run. And you're going to start to feel the momentum shift. You will start to, when it's time for you to move, you will know, Leo. It may not be this month. This month is about figuring out what things are out of balance. But again, as you start to pour into yourself and you start to ground yourself, you start to trust the process. You're not impulsive, but you're being logical. You're focused on your long-term stability. You're tapping into your heart. You're reminding yourself that you do have good intentions, even if other people wish to see you in a different light. Like the momentum will start to shift. It may be closer to the end of the month as we're coming out of Mercury retrograde. So trust the process. The work part may be challenging, but eventually you'll start to feel the divine inspiration and you will know when to move forward. Just trust the energy right now of being with it and know that things will shift. Maybe not right away, maybe at the end of April, beginning of May. The Emperor, card of Aries. This is wisdom. This is authority. This is autonomy. This is an understanding that like you've put in the work, right? You've done all of this by yourself for so long and it's been exhausting, but at the end of the day, you're going to be able to look back, Leo, and say like, I did that. I went through all of those challenges. I avoided being impulsive. I focused on the long-term goals. I found a sense of maturity in my emotions. I did the work that was needed, right? I poured into myself. I waited for divine inspiration. And now look at what I've accomplished. It's like this, you know, especially underneath this 10 of Pentacles, this is empire building. It's like the challenges that are coming up this month for you, Leo, are really the challenge to trust your path. And again, like your fire is a beautiful thing, but don't let it get the best of you this month. That's only going to build confidence in yourself for the future, right? Because if you want to be a leader, you have to learn to work with the energies and not let them control you. And so I feel like that's part of the lessons that are coming up for you this month. And, you know, you have an opportunity, you have free will, you can do whatever you want, Leo, but you have an opportunity for wish fulfillment and to become the emperor of your own life. So, you know, as challenging as these energies are this month, as triggering as they can be, Leo, if you can really sit with the lessons and put in the work on yourself to learn whatever lessons, however they're showing up for you in whatever way they're manifesting, you're ultimately going to only gain more confidence in your abilities to really build the life of your dreams and to flourish in the future. So you know, If you're claiming this energy, Leo, tell me in the comments. I am the emperor, right? Like, I am the empire builder. Everything that I'm going through right now is going to help me build the life of my dreams. All right, let's see. Got a couple more cards here for you, Leo. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we have Knight of Swords and the Four of Pentacles in reverse here. So remember I was telling you this is based on the Rider-Waite-Smith. This is the Wiser Tarot. And you see this individual, they're like holding on for dear life to what they have. I see you surrendering. It's like you're no longer going to let fear of the unknown control your actions forward. You are gaining, again, that confidence and that clarity and operating from a place of divine inspiration versus fear and lack. And I love to see that for you, Leo. Can we get a final card here before we close this reading out? Oh. Too many cards. Ooh. Hierophant, Tower, over the Page of Cups. You're going to find God in the small moments, Leo. And God, your guides, your ancestors, the universe, whatever you believe, they are going to provide you with the foundation that you need to manage any chaos externally. The Tower is honestly just an energy of this year as far as I'm concerned. The Tower is something unexpected. It's something external. It's something you can't plan for. This can talk to what's happening in the world around you. It can talk about the economy. It can talk about a lot of different things depending on where you are. But with the Hierophant here, this to me is like about faith. Faith in the path. Faith that you have everything that you need to manage the unknown, to manage any chaos, and knowing that God is found in the small moments in your heart. Double down, triple down on your spiritual practices. This could also be a good time for you, Leo, to invest in learning more about a certain spiritual modality, whether that's like tarot, astrology, Reiki, yoga. It could be a time to find, you know, a spiritual mentor, to work with an astrologist, a tarot reader, a spiritual coach, to help you manage any unknowns or chaos that's going to come. The Tower is not something we can plan for. It's not something that we can know. I just think it's something to be aware of, and it could be on a personal level, it could be on a collective level, but regardless, I do feel like this month is about you finding the grounding within yourself and the confidence to know that no matter what happens, if you have you, God has you, Leo. So if the messages resonated, don't forget to like, leave me a comment. Let me know you're the Emperor below. You can manage anything. You can handle anything that comes your way, whether it's people projecting and lashing out at you or the Tower. Like, if you have you, God has you, Leo. All right. Thanks again for being here, Leo. I'm going to close this out with a card from the Sufi Wisdom Oracle. Thank you, angels, spirits, and guides. What final messages do you have for Leo? That's too many cards. One or two would be great, Spirit. Okay, there we go. Trust your gut feeling. Let your heart lead you to who you are. That seems appropriate. Thanks again for being here, Leo. I hope the messages are supportive for you. Sending you lots of love, as always. Okay. Each person has been made for some specific work. The longing for that work has been put into your heart. We waste our energy designing and carrying out plans to become what we already are. Rumi. The secret to having a successful life lies in having a combination of love and faith. Love is the power that makes us fearless to move forward. Faith develops perseverance in us. No matter how long it takes us or the number of challenges that come along the path, it takes both love and faith to lead us joyfully to where we are going. This oracle brings grace to make you aware of a universe inside of you. Reach for it by seeking experiences that would open new dimensions of reality to you. Discover what you genuinely care about and make sure you are being true to what you find. When you completely focus on what you are doing and are fully immersed in it, you're in a state of flow. Being in flow makes work effortless. Your creative power increases and you will be inspired and more motivated from within. Oh, dear one, the way is open for you to see what is possible. The love you feel inside your heart is what directs and guides you to where you have been programmed to go. You already hold the map to your treasures. Your heart is already awakened to divine love. By trusting and following it, you will be strengthening your capability to make decisions for your life. Soon you will discover your thoughts are seeds that will sprout and grow. You can break out of confinement and limitations and move beyond what others say you can't do. Mantra: I tell myself I can. I can. It is time to turn my big ideas into reality. I have faith in my vision and believe in myself. I hope the messages resonated for you, Leo. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.